just to show you what we talked about. Okay, these are the cans. These are mechanical devices. 3 of them act as notch filters, and 3 of them act the reverse way. 3 are connected to the receive line, and 3 are connected to the transmit line. This allows us to transmit and receive on frequencies that are in close proximity to each other. This is the power supply. This is the unit that we had the problem with. This converts 115 volts AC to 15 volts DC. Okay, the next unit up is the receiver. Okay, this is the repeater receiver. The different circuit boards. Okay, in the back that you can get through from the other side is the repeater transmitter. Okay, this has the exciter unit. This is the exciter RF unit for the transmitter right in here. A half a watt comes out of this unit, comes through here, and goes all the way back and goes into one stage, which boosts it up to 10 watts, and then from there it boosts it up to 110 watts. This is the receiver unit in here. These units are made so that they can be operated mobile or base. This plug is a test plug for a unit. When you plug it in, it automatically measures all the voltages and metering functions. It tells you what each one of the switches on the meter do. Okay, next up from the transmitter, this is the repeater board itself. Okay, this is the unit that controls the automatic operation, the carrier operated relay. Alright, what we have done is we have replaced 3 of these modules that came from GE with our RC96 repeater controller. This is the repeater controller up here. Okay? It also allows us to read what the controller is doing at any one time with the little pilot lights here. Alright, up here is the control receiver that we use to control the controller. And let me bring you back down to the unit on top of the power supply. This is the 220 link transceiver at this point. This is the unit, and this is the unit that we have to reverse the polarity on the carrier operated relay. Unfortunately, American receivers have a negative to positive swing on the detector circuits. The Japanese units have a negative to 0 swing. So in order to hook the link receiver up to the controller, we had to put in a chip which reverses the voltage. The back of the unit. Alright? Again, this black unit down here is the attachment that hooks to the power supply, and this is the battery charger. And this also has the relay in it. When the AC goes out, the relay in here automatically connects the battery leads. These battery leads right here. As you can see, when we had the lightning strike up here, you can see the scorch marks on the wire. Okay, what we have done now to avoid that, I'll show you just a little later when I show you the outside of the cabinet. Okay, here's the back of the power supply. Inside here is a 35 amp cartridge fuse, and this is for the transmitter. Okay, underneath it is a little plug, and that's the 12 volts that supplies the receiver and the relay. And that has a separate fusing which is on the front of this power supply. Here's the 110 watt transmitter. This is the heatsink for the back of that unit. Okay, this is the transmit and the receive lines that are going down, that are hooked up to the duplexer. This is the back of the repeater board itself. As you can see, we've made all our attachments into the back of this repeater board. We have a speaker so that we can hear the audio coming out. Okay, and we have a fan on here, so in the summertime, if this thing develops too much heat, we can cool it off a little bit. What we've done is tied knots in the AC wire going into the cabinet to act as mini chokes to keep the lightning strike out of here. And here's the batteries, the two batteries that it runs on. We have it insulated from the cement floor on a piece of wood. If we put the batteries right on the cement floor, they wouldn't last more than 30 days.
Why is that, Mike?
You know, we didn't put anything in the log, did we, on the thing? We gotta put the stuff. What we do is we keep an engineering and maintenance log for the repeater, so we know when anybody comes up here and what they've done, so that if a new person comes up, they can refer back to the log and they know what work was done on it. We also have the boards that came out of the repeater. And here's the old ID circuit, the ID board. Okay, this is basically how the repeater works. This is the RC96 controller. Okay, the 2-meter transmitter is hooked up, push-to-talk audio goes into the 2-meter transmitter, and this is the COS carrier-operated relay. This is the phase line, or the private line, and the audio goes into the 2-meter receive. Through the duplexer, out the 2-meter antenna. The control receiver is hooked up to audio and hooked up to the carrier-operated relay. We have an input for a phone line that all we have to do is plug in. We hook a 12-volt positive, 12-volt minus, and then it's on a 12-volt positive battery backup and the normal ground. The alarm is hooked up through this micro switch on the door. When the door is opened, it automatically operates the intruder alert.
Sometimes.
And we also have user function outputs. This is what we're intending to use for the 10-meter link and other different operations that we have. Okay, then the 220 link. That has a carrier-operated, goes into the carrier detector circuit of the 220, into the carrier-operated relay, the transmitter push-to-talk. Okay, we could, if we would desire, with different units, we can hook up a frequency changing device that we don't have at this point, and then receive audio. And it goes out the 220 antenna. Okay, this is just to consolidate what we've talked about tonight at the meeting.
Both on 10 and 2 meters. What say, Michael? Don is on 10, and he would like to know if you can go out there and make a contact with him. Over.
Yeah, QSL. We'll be on the air in a second. WATGG.
Have it shut down at the present time. Okay. Pick up back on. I'll win your truck in. We're about to take a little ride. And we'll be back and catch a few rays. I'm going to take the chairs on the beach here. Like a big cough drop, I guess is a good description.
Mobile 2.
There he is. Good morning, good afternoon, Michael. How's the sound up there from, I guess it shouldn't make too much difference whether you're there or down in the valley, but come back and let's hear you sound down here in Florida. WA2TGE, WC2E.
Yeah, WC2E port 4, WA2GGE Mobile 2. Very good, Don. Well, you might want to say hello to all the guys, because Gary's got the VCR up here, and we're doing a tape on the repeater and the whole the situation to show at the next meeting. So you might want to pass your regards along to everybody. Back to you.
Hey, very good, Mike. WA2GGE, WC2E port 4, and good afternoon to you, Bill. W2QQX, empty here. Well, Saturday afternoon here, I guess you all know that, and or you will when you see this tape. About 86 degrees here in sunny Florida, and just want to tell you how nice it is down here while you guys are enjoying the cold weather up there. Hope things work out for you. That your packet, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to put that digipeater on today, but you may comment on that. Let me throw over to Bill while you're taping, Gary, and I'm sure you can copy him from that location on 10 meters. Pick it up, Bill, and Gary's up on the hill with Michael, and Max is on the side here at home. And they have this on tape, so say a few words to everybody. W2QQX, WC2E, Portable 4.
Running the tape.
He's down to much for me, Max.
He's talking.
Are you copying him, Michael? W2GE, WC2E.
Yeah, I've got it, Jason, but I am hearing him.
We'll stand by.
Got you, Jerry.
Okay, I guess the band is going right down. W2QQX. I think he turned it back to me. WC2E Portable 4. Band's going south on us here, guys. Let me turn it over to Max. Maybe he's copying with the beam. But if he's got the same problem, Max, are you copying it?
No, I think the conditions dropped out. They were bottomed out, Mike.
I can still hear him. What you're looking at now is the 2-meter station master on top of the larger tower. That's connected down by hardline into the duplexer. To the right, on the smaller tower, is the 220 link vertical. And that's connected with RG8U foam, and that goes into the 220 unit.